Among all the members of Shadow Garden, Epsilon is one of the most talented, elegant, and intelligent followers of Shadow. She is a master musician, a skilled fighter, and a brilliant strategist. But behind her confidence and perfection lies a hidden desire. Epsilon wants Shadow's approval. Why does the opinion of Shadow matter so much to her? Why does she constantly try to prove herself? And what is the deeper reason behind her dedication to Sid Kagenou? In this video, we explore Epsilon's personality, her past, her insecurities, and the emotional connection she has with Shadow. We uncover why Shadow's recognition is more valuable to her than fame, power, or status. Discover the hidden side of Epsilon and the reason why Shadow's words hold such importance in her life. Among the members of Shadow Garden, every follower of Shadow has their own unique personality. Alpha admires his leadership. Beta treasures his words and stories. Delta respects his strength. Gamma follows his vision. Zeta believes in his greatness. But Epsilon is different. Behind her elegant appearance, confidence, and perfect image, there is one thing she desires more than anything else. Not wealth, not fame, not power, something much simpler. Shadow's approval. For someone as talented as Epsilon, this raises an important question. Why does the opinion of one person matter so much to her? Why does someone who appears perfect still seek validation from Shadow? And what hidden secret explains her obsession with proving herself? Today we will uncover the real reason why Epsilon wants Shadow's approval. Part 1. Who is Epsilon? Epsilon is one of the original members of Shadow Garden. She is one of the 7 shadows and one of the strongest followers of Shadow. At first glance, Epsilon appears to be the definition of perfection. She is elegant. She is intelligent. She is graceful. She possesses incredible magical ability. She has excellent control over her slime equipment. She is also talented in music and social skills. To many people, Epsilon seems like someone who has everything. But appearances can be misleading. Behind her confident personality is someone who deeply cares about how others see her, especially Shadow. Part 2. Epsilon's insecurity. The biggest secret about Epsilon is that her desire for approval comes from insecurity. Before joining Shadow Garden, Epsilon experienced rejection because of her appearance and abilities. She was not always seen as someone special. This affected how she viewed herself. When Shadow appeared in her life, everything changed. Shadow did not judge her based on appearances. He recognized her potential. He gave her a purpose. For Epsilon, Shadow was not just a leader. He was the person who saw value in her when others did not. That created a deep sense of loyalty. Part 3. Why Shadow's opinion matters so much. For most people, receiving praise from someone powerful feels good. But for Epsilon, Shadow's approval represents something much deeper. It represents acceptance. Shadow is the person who gave her confidence. The person who helped her become stronger. The person whose opinion she values above everyone else. When Shadow recognizes her abilities, it confirms that she has truly become someone worthy. This is why even small moments of praise from him have a huge impact on her. Part 4. Epsilon's need to prove herself. One of the most interesting aspects of Epsilon's personality is her constant desire to improve. She does not want to simply be another member of Shadow Garden. She wants to be exceptional. She wants Shadow to notice her efforts. This motivates her to master different skills. Her fighting ability, her intelligence, her appearance, her public image. Everything becomes another way to show Shadow that she deserves her position. Her ambition is not only about becoming stronger. It is about becoming someone Shadow can be proud of. Part 5. The difference between Epsilon and other members. Every member of Shadow Garden loves and respects Shadow, but their reasons are different. Alpha sees Shadow as the ultimate leader. Delta sees him as the strongest being. Beta sees him as an incredible source of inspiration. But Epsilon's relationship with Shadow is strongly connected to recognition. She wants to know that she is valuable. She wants confirmation that her efforts matter. This makes her one of the most emotionally interesting members of Shadow Garden. Part 6. C.P. Sullen's perfect image. Epsilon spends a lot of effort maintaining a perfect image. She wants everyone to see her as elegant, talented, and successful. But why? Because she wants to erase the version of herself that was once rejected. The perfect Epsilon is not just about beauty. It is about confidence. It is about proving that she has changed. And the person whose opinion matters most during this transformation is Shadow. Part 7. Shadow's unintentional influence. The interesting about Shadow is that he often does not realize how much influence he has. Sid Kagenou usually believes he is simply acting out his fantasy. But to Shadow Garden, his words have enormous meaning. A simple comment from him can completely change their motivation. A casual compliment can become a treasured memory. For Epsilon, Shadow's approval is powerful because she sees him as the person who changed her life. Part 8. Is Epsilon only seeking praise? At first, it may seem like Epsilon simply wants compliments, but that is not the complete story. Her desire is not just about hearing nice words, it is about belonging. Shadow Garden became the place where she found acceptance. Shadow became the person who gave her direction. Her loyalty comes from gratitude, respect, and admiration. The approval she seeks is proof that she still belongs in the world she found. Part 9. The hidden meaning of Epsilon's loyalty. Epsilon represents an important theme in the Eminence in Shadow. Even the strongest people can have insecurities. Power does not remove the desire to be accepted. Confidence does not mean someone never doubts themselves. Epsilon can defeat powerful enemies. She can handle dangerous situations. She can appear completely flawless. Yet deep inside, she still wants recognition from the person she respects most. That contrast makes her character fascinating. Part 10, the true reason Epsilon wants Shadow's approval. So why does Epsilon want Shadow's approval? Because Shadow is more than just her leader. He is the person who gave her a new identity. He saw potential in her. He helped her discover her strength. His approval represents acceptance, confidence, and belonging. For Epsilon, being acknowledged by Shadow means that all her effort has meaning. She does not simply want to impress him. She wants to prove that the person she became was worth believing in. Epsilon may appear as one of the most confident members of Shadow Garden. But behind that perfect image is someone who values one thing above everything else: the recognition of Shadow, her elegance, her strength, her dedication. All of it comes from the desire to become someone worthy of the person who changed her life. And that is the hidden truth behind Epsilon's loyalty. She does not follow Shadow only because he is powerful. She follows him because he gave her a reason to believe in herself. This is why Epsilon wants Shadow's approval.